Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean, Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. So we had a little bit of everything today. I was thinking it's kind of funny. I have to go and look at my morning notes again because we gapped up, and what I had showed in the morning notes was that we could be making this inverted head and shoulders pattern. So this was here, and we were just right here. And notice what I put as far as the lines: up, down, and up. So that part of it played out exactly, as I planned. We hit the resistance. We came back down, and then from there, we rallied up. So we could be making this right shoulder. Now, again, if this is in play, really the big thing that the bulls will have to do is get above the 58.77. If they do that, then we should have a very quick drift up to the 59.26. And if it's going to play out this pattern all the way to the extent that it's suggesting, we would see a move up to the 78% retracement, the 59.68. So those would be the targets if this is the pattern. Now, what happened on my end today is I actually I wrote some call premium up here, but my problem was I really thought we were going to come down and head back up again. And when I put on the put side of the condor, we came down and things really looked like they were going to start breaking down. And I had the gain from up here, but had a loss here, and decided to just walk away and really just fight another day. It was an okay day. Hang on one second. I mean, it made 900, so nothing crazy. But in any case, it's there. There's times when, like I said, this part made sense. This is the one that really got me very nervous, and I said, I'm not holding on to both ends of these because I couldn't even put the regular stop in place like I normally do, which we would have been stopped out and it would have been gaining nothing on it. But the point I'm making is that it was just that a thing that I was like, you know what, I'm not really too comfortable with this. But nothing has really changed. I still do believe this will play out. Now, am I married to that? No, not at all. And really, the way that we have to look at this right now is here's our range. We have the top part here, and here's the bottom. Now, what can be happening, the alternative pattern, is that we are actually forming a descending triangle where we're making lower highs, and we're finding support at the same place. Now, if this was going to play out, what it would be suggesting is that we are going to see some type of quick move to the downside. And the pattern is not really that far off of these lows. These are 57.75. This is looking at right around the 57.40. And if we take a look at the daily chart, 57.40, nope, it doesn't really come into play on anything. I was just curious. So this would be the downside target if the descending triangle is in play. That's the bearish. And this is the upside target if we get that inverted head and shoulders. I'm leaning more towards this way, but again, until we can see the bulls get above this the 58.73, we really just have to leave the door open that we can go both ways. So right now, if we can get above these highs, 58.58, then we have this resistance at the 58.77, and this is important. If it comes down and we don't, it ends up that we see downside momentum pick up, then you're looking for a move coming down to the 56.67. So I'm staying open-minded with this. You can see we're kind of overbought on the hourly chart. We don't really have any bullish or bearish divergences. So if we came down and, say, tested this 57.26, which is the 38% retracement. Actually, let me go and take a look. That's pretty close, 57 to 42. I wanted to see where we were. But in any case, this would be a 38% retracement. We should have some bullish divergences. I just think right now, unless we start seeing the downside go viral and we start seeing some panic selling, it's we're due for a bounce. That's going to, typically when they happen, there's pretty big short squeezes that take place, and these moves happen pretty quick, and then they fizzle right back out. So I'm on the side for some type of short squeeze. I would like to see a move up to the 5,900. But again, open-minded. If we end up taking out these lows here, then we're looking to buy the dip down here. So we want to just stay open-minded with things. Now, I'm going to be putting out to the members and everything the stocks that I've been watching, because they have taken absolute hits, and I'm going to pause it and show you for 1 second. Okay, so these are those the quantum stocks that I've been talking about that a friend of mine had informed me about, and I've been following them. And he'd been saying that, do not. They got into it. Him and his group. He used to be, I think, he owned a hedge fund. He's really, really smart. But they got in all the way back in February of 2024. So if we just kind of look, let's just say it's in this area here. They were buying this particular IONQ somewhere in the 6s and 7s, and as you can see, once the quantum stock started going, you just saw these take it straight up, and it made it all the way up to 55. So it was almost 10 times the money on that. So what happened here was we had the CFO of NVIDIA say, so he likes quantum stocks, but he doesn't think they're going to be around until sometime in the next 15 to 30 years, and which is a ridiculous claim, honestly. He doesn't know what the heck is going to be going on in 15 or 30 years. So I don't know why he said it, but what that did was brought reality back down to all these people that were chasing up here. And anybody I was telling about these stocks, I said, do not buy up here. You are going to get crushed, because when the market turns, and I've been expecting it, they're going to be the first to be sold off. So this went from 55 all the way down to 25. So over a 50% decline. Popped up, came down. These areas aren't bad. I would, building a position is fine. The, support levels that are below this, we have the 22. Right around the 23 if it came down there, and if it goes below that, then we'd be looking at a move down to the anywhere from the 20 down to the 15. But if you use these as buy pivots, I mean, you can even buy a tiny bit here. I'm not making any suggestions, yes or no. These are very, very volatile, but I do believe in the next 10 years, or say 5 to 10 years, when one of these companies makes it, like your NVIDIA, you're going to see these things up 10,000%. So I don't know which ones. Some of them are going to go underwater, but that's kind of the way you do this, is you put the same dollar amount in each stock, expecting one maybe end up going under, while another one may be going up 500, 1,000, 10,000%. So this would be the buy areas on this part. Again, on the top of it, we're looking, it could easily get up to 34, so another 10% move. But this is one that I'd keep an eye on, and keep an eye at these levels. Next one, RGTI. Now, I'm involved with this, but I have the warrants. And I actually had some of this stock as well, for the portfolio end of it, and I dumped it here, and was not really happy because we ended up keeping going up. But again, I was able to buy some here in these areas when it dropped, and I just built the position. So this is another one, RGTI. Now, what I had, well, the RGTI, let's go back to that. If you notice, so this one was all the way up at 21, came all the way down to 4. So it took more than a 50% hit right here. It's actually one of the better companies in this sector. So buying and just putting it away. Do not look to trade these. I think you're gonna have pretty nice returns. You just have to give it some time. So that's that piece on that. Now, how did I participate in this? Well, I bought the warrants, and I actually bought. I started off with warrants using the. Hang on 1 second. Let me see where it is. this one here. So this one was the AMPGW, the warrants, so Applied Tech Group. So this one, I bought the warrants down at 17 cents here. And actually, it was here. So yeah, it wasn't even. That was in December. Jumped up and it came to here. Once it got up to into this 80 cents, which I saw this being resistance. I took my initial investment out. I'm holding on to it, and ended up picking up. I picked up a couple more of these warrants when it came down here, and it's just one that I'm going to hold on to. But the RGTI now that. This one is, again, I picked it up when it was down here yesterday. I was a little underwater. I picked up 2,500 shares for the fund, and it ended up going down. I got in at 239. Came down to the 195. So I was down 800, 900, almost $1,000 on it. And you can see what it did today. So it was up 75%. I cashed out right around 330. So made 2,500 on it with that part of it. So it was, overall. These are really the ones you want to keep an eye on. I'll keep going over them. Members, I will actually send out some pivot points, during the week when I see something happen. But one thing you got to keep an eye, got to know that is if the overall market does, say, come down and do a bigger retracement and comes down somewhere into these levels here, into the 5,500, down to 5,100, I can assure you that these stocks will be back down all the way near here. So they are not going to run in different directions as the overall market. So it's why you have to be careful. And again, if you're going to build a position in these, you take some and then you wait for it to, well, this one, this is the warrant. So let me iron. Okay. So, you buy some here. Let's say you wanted to put in $10,000 worth. So it's at 29, you buy maybe 300. Then you turn around and wait for it to come down here, buy 300. Then and if you keep doing this, you're going to be averaged in here. And then when it's trading back up here, you're going to have some fantastic gains. But again, I'm going to keep an eye on things. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. I'm open-minded. I am definitely leaning a little more to the upside than I am the downside. I think we need to retrace this right here. A move up to the 59.25 would be sufficient. We may even go a little bit higher than that, but I'm anticipating higher unless the bears can take out these lows with the vengeance, and then we start looking at moves coming all the way down to the 5,600. So have a great night, and I will talk to you guys in the morning.